Good morning, Wareham. It is Wednesday, January 23rd. We have a great show here for you. The news headlines, weather report, and today in history. Missy Diziak, the director of the Wareham Council on Aging, is here this morning. During our coffee segment, Missy will chat with us about the Wareham Council on Aging and how you can stay connected. But first, I would like to take this moment to highlight Not Your Average Antiques, an antique shop down Cranberry Highway in East Wareham, for donating the props that you see behind me in the Good Morning Wareham set. So stay with us because the news, weather, and traffic report are next. What a break from the single-digit temperatures over the weekend. High at 45 degrees and expect cloudy skies. Winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Windy with light rain tonight. We won't see much drop in temperature. Low at 43 and winds at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Thursday, wind with rain, high near 55 degrees, warm for this time of the year. Winds at 25 to 30 miles per hour. Cloudy skies at night with low at 27 degrees and winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Expect normal traffic at Route 3 and 495. The weather conditions are good, so safe travels, everyone. And now the news. There were few news stories over the weekend, and here are the news headlines. Wareham Week was bustling with these headlines over the weekend. Public hearing on Toby Homestead demolition set for January 31st. A public hearing is scheduled for January 31st as South Coast Health seeks approval to tear down the historical Toby Homestead for an expanded emergency department. The hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m. in the Town Hall Auditorium. Again, that is January 31st. In another news, harp seal comes ashore in Wareham. A harp seal came ashore in Wareham on Monday afternoon, prompting officials to remind the public that all wild animals need some space. Officials from the Wareham Department of Natural Resources said that the seal did not appear to be injured, but was very vocal about crowd of onlookers gathered nearby. And again, I read this morning, actually, officials have warned the public not to feed the seal peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That was very funny. Some people have said that they had attempted to feed the seal other types of sandwiches. In another news, community breakfast honors Wareham students the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. This was Monday. Forgive me, I keep forgetting that today is Wednesday. So this happened on Monday. The 10th annual Martin Luther King Jr. community breakfast honored this legacy on Monday morning, awarding Wareham students who embodied the spirit of King and reminding them to keep his dream of equality alive through kindness and respect. The event was held at the Wareham Boys and Girls Club on Highland Avenue and was met with a surprise donation of $8,696 from the 99 restaurant at Rosebrook Plaza. Wareham Unit Director Ken Font said he was humbled to receive the donation on behalf of the club, which provides a variety of after-school programs for young people throughout the year. In another news, Wareham kids sink their shots at free throw competition. More than a dozen sharpshooters showed off their skills at the Knights of Columbus Free Throw Championship on January 20 in the Glisson YMCA. While everyone received a certificate of recognition, only 5 contestants are eligible to move on to the next level of competition. These players won both their respective age groups and the Wareham district, qualifying them for the regionals. Wicked local Wareham was bustling with this headline over the weekend. Oven fire at China chef in Wareham causes $5,000 worth in damages. An accidental fire in a commercial oven at China Chef, 1 Depot Street, after closing at little before 1 a.m. Monday morning, caused an estimate of $5,000 in damages. The restaurant was occupied at the time of the fire. Was unoccupied, forgive me. Wareham Fire Department provided 3 engines, 1 ladder, and 1 other fire department vehicle, and 20 firefighters. Firefighters were recalled at 3 a.m. That is all I have for the news headlines. And now to the story of the day. We'll be right back after this brief break. And today, for our story of the day, we are going to visit the Planet Fitness Gym in East Wareham. We'll speak to Renee Ryan, a trainer at the facility. Renee is going to share tips on how you can stay motivated and active this year. So take a look. Who is going to share some tips on how we can stay healthy this year. Renee, when people think of working out, they think that exercise only impacts their physique. Could you tell us some of the benefits that comes with staying healthy, going to the gym?
Absolutely. I mean, besides just your physical health, it's definitely going to affect your mental health as well. As you work out, you'll notice that your body changes. You mentioned that physique. You will see that depending on what your workouts are geared towards, you're either going to build more muscle or tone your body up and lose weight.
To some people, they will be listening to this and they will say, Renee, the difficult thing is not about going to the gym. It's finding time.
Right.
So tell us how to utilize our time effectively.
So one of the great things about Planet Fitness that we offer is our 30-minute circuit run. It's a full body workout in 30 minutes. It's incorporating a mix between cardio and strength training. You'll do a circuit of 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off, swapping back and forth between a step routine and a strength machine.
So we're gonna go ahead to the 30-minute circuit. Is this here?
Yes, this is right
Okay.
here, yep. And kind of taking note of the numbers and everything too.
Okay, so tell us about the numbers.
So, if it's okay with you, I would actually like to start with our traffic light. That's right up there behind us. You'll notice right now it's green. The green light goes for 60 seconds. It will turn red. That's 30 seconds. That's a 30-second break. With the numbers, everything in here has a sequence. Number 1, number 2. We'll go over here to number 3 and number 4. So the circuit in this room is that you're starting on a strength machine and then you're coming over to the step and doing a routine there. And all you're doing is just leaning forward, keeping your neck nice and straight, as far forward as you can, and then controlling that speed as you come back. So you're just up, and down.
And that also goes back to the idea of, oh, if you do not have time to go to the gym, or if you think you do not have enough time to come to the gym, this is only 30 minutes, and you're telling us within those 30 minutes, you have done the entire workout.
A full body workout, going from your step routine right on over to your strength equipment. Again, burning just as many calories on the strength equipment, but important to keep that heart rate up, which we accomplish right here through our steps.
There is this great program
Yes.
that Planet Fitness offers.
Design your own
Design your
program.
own.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about that?
So the way that I run those programs is, if you were to come in and said, hey, I don't know what I'm doing in the gym, I need some direction, can you help me? We would sit down for an appointment. We go over your goals, your needs, wants, and any medical limitations that you may have. Design your own. It's tailored specifically to you. So then we'd schedule you a second appointment. At that second appointment, I'm going to have a routine that I've put together based off of what you've provided to me. And we're going to spend a little bit of time going around the gym, showing you what those exercises are, making sure that you're satisfied with them, that you know how to properly execute the routine.
And also there is the PE at PF, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that one.
So that's the general overall position of myself, the fitness trainer. So physical education at Planet Fitness. And that's where we offer small group classes Monday through Friday. They're of up to 5 people.
And it's very wonderful that the classes are only limited to 5 people.
Yes.
Why 5 people?
Everybody here is a first-time gym user, or most of our members are first-time gym users. If the classes are bigger than that, there's only one of me. You know, everybody here, we're here to get healthy, not get hurt. We want to make sure everybody is satisfied and feeling accomplished at the end of it.
And also back to the no judgment zone. We
Yes.
hear that in commercials. Planet Fitness, no judgment zone.
Right.
How does it translate it here? What does it mean?
Right, so again, as I said, most of our members here are first-time gym users. We're not catering to bodybuilders or power lifters. And we're focusing on general fitness. So with that, you know, we don't have we don't have those guys, those really big guys in here grunting and throwing the weights around, and that's just that intimidating atmosphere. We are offering a very non-intimidating atmosphere, so everybody is free to work out and feel comfortable doing so. The biggest thing that I always tell everybody, the number one hardest part is getting here. Once you're here, that's the hardest part is done. You just got to get that workout in. You know, if you need some accountability, try and find a workout buddy.
Wonderful. Well, to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us in this little program where we get to know more about Planet Fitness. My guest was Renee Ryan, a trainer here at Planet Fitness. I hope you're going to take advantage of some of the tips that she has shared with us today. For more information, if you would like to take a look at the gym, if you'd like to learn more about the programs, if you'd like to sign up for the programs, feel free to come down here at East Wareham Planet Fitness to see what Planet Fitness can help you or what Planet Fitness can do for you. Reporting from Planet Fitness in Wareham, I am Queen Banda of WCTV. Oh boy, I learned so much that day. I can feel my abs dip in there. I know I have some abs because I worked out a lot with Renee. So to our next story of the day, I have started this tradition here at WCTV where I will share stories that I have done in the past. So here is the story about a beautiful young girl in Tanzania explaining what it is to be a student in Tanzania. So take a look.
Okay, explain yourself. Why do you have to get your hair done today?
I'm just getting my hair done today because today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. So tomorrow is the day which we are going to school. So I have to prepare myself. So if I won't get my hair braided and everything, let me say I'm going to be punished at school. So go, we have a big playground, so it's telling you run there twice, and then when you run, or sometimes instead pick all the rubbish and then go to the class.
Okay, but sometimes they hit you with sticks.
Yeah, but they always use sticks.
What kind of hairdo are you allowed?
We always plait the hair, you know, going straight. I don't know how to call it, but you know, the hair, we are not allowed to put the hairstyle. We have only one style.
What style is it?
You know, going back.
Going back. How many braids are you allowed to have?
From 5 to 7, but sometimes I go up to 8.
Now, so you're talking about assembly line every single Friday for grade 6?
Yeah, grade 6. Because Monday we have standard 3, Tuesday standard 4, Wednesday standard 5. But on Thursday there is no assembly mode. So
Okay.
on Friday is at standard 6.
What are those subjects?
We have mathematics, English, civics, Kiswahili, and then we have geography, we have vocational skills, ICT, and then what next?
So are all your subjects in English?
Yeah, except Kiswahili. Kiswahili we just learn it. And we learn in Kiswahili as it is. But I always fail in that one. But
Why do you fail Swahili while you speak Swahili daily?
every subject which is coming, it's just coming in English, English, English. Because even to school, to talk is English. When Kiswahili comes, sometimes you can't understand until you ask. So when the test come here, you in your mind you always put English. So
Now, is that confusing that when you go to school, you spend your day training and observing in English, while you get home, you speak Swahili?
and then that's the problem, because even if we get at home, my daddy doesn't like me and others at home to speak Kiswahili.
How does that make you feel?
It's kind of, I just deserve that, but it's great, you know, it's fun speaking English because English is all over the world.
Swahili is just here.
I think so, yeah.
Have you been interested in other languages rather than English before?
I like French, but I don't know how to speak it. I just know to greet it.
How do you greet in French?
First of all, maybe you can say bonjour, and then the other one is going to say comment ça va, and then you will reply ça va bien, and then you'll say tita pere, and then that tita pere you say your name. Maybe I can say tita pere Vicky. That one will say au revoir, and then I will reply au revoir.
And why do you want to treat kids?
Because other things, you know, other people, or other children, they're just dying of, you know, when you're sick, other things, when you won't get anything or a doctor, you can't just live here. So I just choose that because I'm going to save many people there.
So you're striving for a better life. What does a better life look for you? What does it mean to have a better life?
Education is the thing which is going to pull you off. When you are going and making yourself having the better life, it means that you are going to have things which are better, and then your dreams can come true in any time.
Hello and thank you for being with us this morning. We are broadcasting right from our WCTV studio in Wareham. This is Good Morning Wareham, your source for local news, the weather, the traffic conditions, traffic report, and more information. And now for a moment in history. Let's take a look at where we were today in history. Now here in Wareham, we've been battling some dangerously cold conditions these last few days, with wind chills reaching as low as 15 degrees. Nature is an unstoppable and dangerous force. On this day in history, in 1556, the deadliest earthquake in human history hit China. With an epicenter located in the Wei River Valley, multiple cities were decimated by the natural disaster. Due to poor infrastructure, high population density of these cities, and landslides caused by the violent tremors, it is estimated that a total of 830,000 people died at the hands of this earthquake. Major destruction occurred even 300 miles away from the epicenter. Though the earthquake was not the strongest of all time, with estimations saying that it reached an 8.3 on the Richter scale, it culminated in being the worst disaster in human history. Few days ago, on January 19th, Boston had another Women's March with thousands of people showing up despite the frigid weather. 170 years ago today, America had its first female doctor. In 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell, born in Bristol, New England, graduated from Geneva College in New York, now known as Hubbard College. Earning her MD, she later founded the New York Infirmary for Women and Children, which included the first women's college for doctors. She is also known for helping establishing the field of gynecology. And to our birthdays, today, American founding father John Hancock and rapper XXXTentacion both share a birthday. John Hancock was born right here in Massachusetts in Braintree in 1737. Graduating from Boston Latin and Harvard, he became the president of the Second Continental Congress when the Declaration of Independence was adopted. Hancock, of course, graced the paper with his lovely signature. Hancock also became the first governor of Massachusetts, serving from 1780 to 1785. He later died in 1793 of natural causes. Josiah Onfroy, better known by his stage name of XXXTentacion, was born on this day in 1998. After becoming popular on SoundCloud, his album reached #1 on the Billboard 200, becoming certified platinum. In June of 2018, the music world was shocked when it was released that the youngest artist was shot dead at the motorcycle dealership in Florida. Though he had a very controversial young life with incidences of violence, including domestic violence with his girlfriend, many of his young fans admired how he spoke out about mental health issues. And happy birthday to all of you celebrating your big day today. That is all I have for Today in History segment. To learn more about cool historical facts, please go online under history.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The coffee segment is next. We have Missy Diziak, the director of Wareham Council on Aging, here to speak with us this morning. But first, let's take a look at our events calendar. Welcome back. This is Good Morning Wareham. We are broadcasting live from our WCTV studio in Main Street, Wareham, 505 Main Street, Wareham. This is the coffee segment. With me is Missy Diziak, the director of the Wareham Council on Aging. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, I think most people watching this morning, they cannot wait to learn more about the Wareham Council on Aging. But let's start with you. Let's get to know you, Missy. Where do you come from? How did you end up here in Wareham and being the director of the Council on Aging?
Well, it's a long story.
Well, we'd love to hear it.
Okay. I came from Medway, where we have lived for 35 years, and we put our house on the market last week because we plan on moving to Wareham full time, because I've been here 2 years and we just love this town. So that's where I came from, and I was the Council on Aging Director in Wareham for 17 years. And I had decided I wanted to retire, and I retired, and after about 3 months I decided I don't like retirement anymore, and I saw an ad for a 6-month position in Wareham. So I thought that would be perfect, and we have a condo down in Onset, so I could stay down here. So I got that job for 6 months, and I have now been in there for 2 years through grant funding. The first 6 months was funded by the state, and since there we've got used grant funding from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs to pay for my salary for 5 to 10 hours a week. So that's what I've been doing, and that's my story.
5 to 10 hours a week.
Yes, and we need a full-time director at the Council on Aging.
So then what do you do there for 5 to 10 hours a week?
Well, 5 to 10 hours a week is probably more like 10 to 20 hours a week. But I'm there most mornings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we schedule programs. I talk to people. We were able to get a grant for an outreach worker who started in July, so we now have an outreach worker 10 to 15 hours a week, which has been wonderful. So it's just getting the word out there that the Wareham Council on Aging is alive and well, and we just see programs growing each month. Things are growing. So that's a good thing, and hopefully maybe this year the town meeting will vote to hire a director, a permanent director, and things can really start growing.
Wow. So when you say hopefully this town meeting, Wareham will vote to hire a permanent director, I sense like you're removing yourself from the equation.
Yes. My goal is to get myself out of a job. I do want to retire and travel a lot more. My husband's retired, so I do not want to continue being the director. But it's kind of been a quest that I will stay there until they get a permanent director, and I'm hoping that will be this July.
So getting a permanent director depends on the funding, how much funding you will get, right?
Currently, the Council on Aging has not gotten any town funding for the past 4 or 5 years, I believe. So any funding we have is through a grant. Every town in Massachusetts gets, it used to be $11 per elder, I think it's $12 per elder. So that's according to the 2010 census. And in 2010, we had roughly 5,200 seniors. So we get about $60,000 a year from a state grant. And that's used to pay for our office manager, outreach worker, helper that does everything, who is currently Pam Dudley. So she's paid full-time through that grant. And that takes up most of the money. Then we can use some for office equipment if we need it. We're using it to pay my 5 to 10 hours a week now. So that's the funding we get, but the town needs to give some funding to the Council on Aging. And my hope is this year, even if they give partial funding and we can use partial funding from that, we can get a permanent director so people know the Council on Aging is going to continue to exist and not fall apart as it kind of did 5 years ago.
Why do you seem optimistic that this year you're going to get at least
Well, I'm
partial
always
funding?
optimistic, but I just think, I'm just hoping it will. We tried for a citizen's petition last year. That failed. I think if the town does not get it on the budget, I know there are a number of people who want to get a citizen's petition going who feel very strongly that we need this. So
They will say we do not have money. Where do you want the money to come from, Missy?
where do I want the money to come from? I just think in a multi-million-dollar budget, you can find $20,000 or $30,000 a year to pay for a director. So I don't want to take the money from anywhere. I don't want to take it from the schools. I don't want to take it from someone, but somewhere there's money that can be found to pay for a part-time director.
Well, let's say you are right. Somewhere there is money to pay for the part-time directors. Okay, why do you think the town is reluctant to releasing the funds to you?
I don't believe the town is reluctant. I'd like to think the town definitely would support a director, the townspeople. And I think the town people do too. I mean, I think they should realize how necessary the Council on Aging is. Our senior population is growing more than any other population. As I said, in 2010 census, I think we had about 5,200 seniors. I would assume there's over 7,000 seniors now, and growing, and the need is growing in Wareham alone. And that we deliver over 150 meals a day to homebound seniors, and that number is going up and up. People are living longer. They're staying in their homes longer. There's just such a need for help for our seniors.
Everybody's guaranteed to have wrinkles this
That's
time.
right. That's right.
They're living longer.
Yes.
So then where the problem is then? Why don't we get the funding? If you're very optimistic, there is money there somewhere. If we look so closely, we can find $20,000, $30,000. Where's the problem? Are don't we just
I don't
care
think there's a
enough?
problem. I think it's going to happen this year.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
All right.
But I thought that for 2 years too. So, but this year I think it's going to happen.
You know, there's been a talk of, since we have welcomed recreational marijuana in Wareham, every department cannot wait to get their check. Money is coming down.
Well, I
feel that
do
way?
agree. There's certainly money coming in from the marijuana.
Okay.
So it's coming in. Nobody can deny that. Where it's going to go, I don't know. But we are getting money from the marijuana shops. I happened to be up on Tahanat Road the other day and saw this new development up there, which is huge, past the Tahanat Village up there,
Okay.
past Makepeace. I mean, the number of homes up there that
Oh,
have
yes.
got to be selling for $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. Those taxes coming in. I mean, there's building going on in Wareham, and that means more taxes. So more taxes means more money coming into the town. So there is more money coming into the town of Wareham, and I would hope the seniors could get a piece of that.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil. And you guys squeaking enough?
No, but I have enough people who want to squeak. And I kind of tell them not to start squeaking because I think the town will come forward and put some money in the budget. But if that doesn't happen, then those squeaky people will be out there working.
Do you know what you remind me of? King's philosophy. Do not squeak. Do not squeak. Okay. Let's believe in humanity.
Well,
People will come back to
I
their
also
senses.
come from a town. Like I said, I was in Medway for 17 years, and they gave us anything the seniors wanted. So I'm just used to getting what we need, and so this has been a little different. But we're not asking for a whole lot. We're in the basement of the multi-senior center, which is horrible. We used to have the whole building, but then the school department took up the upper floors. So the seniors of Medway are in the basement of the Council on Aging, of the multi-service center. You know, we have so many people. They go to Bourne, which has a beautiful center. They go to Plymouth. They go to Middleborough. You know, ours is not the most attractive, but right now I'm not even thinking about that. It's a building where we can do things, and there's so much going on down there right now. So when people come in, they're surprised to see what's going on. They're also surprised to see where we are, but we can still have a Council on Aging. We can help seniors even where we are right now.
You know, we're building a new elementary school, so there was talk about what we're going to do with the rest of the buildings.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
We have thought about that. Actually, when I first started 2 years ago, when I met with the Council on Aging to start the job, their main goal was for me to find a location for the Council on Aging. That's what we started as, thinking in 6 months we're going to find a location. And we looked at some of the old buildings. Again, they would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix up. So where are we going to get those hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix up those buildings? We can't just walk into one of them because there's so much that has to be done. So it kind of became, well, maybe that's not our number one quest. Maybe we should just stay here and see if we can get growing where we are. So I would hope once we get a permanent director, maybe in a few more years, they will start to look for a new building. Or I don't know if the school department might be moving into the new school. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we will get the multi-service center back and get some more rooms there.
Back?
Well, that would be, it would work.
Okay.
It would work. I mean, I do understand the town does not have the money to build a new center now. So that's not going to happen right now. There's been talk about if we ever built a new library, putting on a senior center with a library. I think it would be a great idea to combine the senior center with something else. I think a library senior center could be great.
Fantastic.
You know?
So do you think the town of Wareham is an anomaly when it comes to handling the way
Yes,
they
it is
handle?
definitely
Okay.
an anomaly.
Yeah?
I believe we are the only town, or there might be two, but I believe we are the only town in Massachusetts that does not fund its Council on Aging, that has a zero budget. Out of the 350 towns and cities in Massachusetts,
Oh my God.
Wareham is the only, if not one of the only, that does not fund their Council on Aging. And we probably have more seniors than the majority of towns in Massachusetts.
Do we get seniors from other towns, or they all go into their own?
We do have people from other towns.
Okay.
They come, we do, as I said, for what we have, we do a lot. We have wonderful exercise programs. We have the gym down there. We have an exercise program every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:30, which is an aerobic program. We have a lot of people that come to that. We have a Tai Chi class. We have a yoga class. So we do offer a lot. And people do come from other towns.
Okay.
Yep. We're starting a bereavement group in March, which is a big need. Again, people come walking into our senior center daily. I was there the other day, and I just wanted to track, like, the number of calls, which we should do every day, but again, we don't have time to do that. I had 19 calls in, like, 2 hours in the morning. People calling for, can you help me with my mother? She needs to go into assisted living. My husband just died. I'm looking for things to do. People call for fuel assistance, for food. I'm homeless. I mean, the calls we get, we're the only social service agency in the town of Wareham. So along with helping our seniors, we do fuel assistance there. Pam does fuel assistance. We do food stamp applications. So we have people from all ages, bus passes. We do, all ages come to us looking for things. So it's not just helping the seniors in town.
And that's, I think we need to sell more of that point.
Yes.
That it's not just the seniors.
Right.
Young people feel that they will never age.
Right.
But
Right.
for the fuel assistance, for meal plans, and any other programs, so I think maybe that's a selling point to keep pounding on those points. Let's talk about the Meals on Wheels program.
Meals on Wheels is the most fantastic program, which is done, you know, all over the country. And in our Meals on Wheels it's run by Old Colony Elder Services. So our meals are delivered every day from Brockton. So we serve congregate meals Monday through Friday. That means people can come in for a hot lunch. So we get those meals, they warm them up, and we serve those meals. On top of that, we serve over 150 meals a day in Wareham. So we have 5 different routes. So every day, Monday through Friday, 5 people go out with between 20 and 40 meals to deliver to those people. I deliver meals every Friday, and it's my favorite thing I do. I did it when I was in Medway, and I do it here, and it's just such a great experience. You wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I've got to deliver Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
And I get there, and every one of my people, I must have 25 people, they are so happy to see me each morning. You know, they know me. I might be the only person they see all day.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I get done after about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I think, what a great thing this was. It was just makes your day. So if anybody's looking for something to do, we definitely need more people to drive for Meals on Wheels. Because again, it's 5 people every day. If I do it every week, you could do it once a month, every 2 weeks, but we have people that drive 2 or 3 times a week because we don't have enough drivers.
Okay.
So we did just have a big push to get people, and I think we had about 8 new people to sign up. but we can still use more, and we can use help in the kitchen.
Okay. So how many people are you looking to recruit?
As many as we can.
As many as you can?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just commit on a day and a time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do it. All right. So what do our seniors need? What are their needs?
Loneliness is a big need. Just friendship. I think a lot of people come in, as I said, I have many people come in, and it might be 3 months, it might be a year after their spouse has died, and they're lonely. They're looking for something to do, and it's a big effort for them to come in and just say, you know, can you help me? What can I do? What things can I take part in? And, you know, you get those people involved. We have a coffee every Tuesday, which is really nice, up in the Cranberry Cafe. We have a volunteer that bakes, and so there's always fresh baked goods and coffee. So I always tell people, come on Tuesday morning, you'll meet a few people, find out what they're interested in, an exercise program. We have great craft classes. We have a woman that volunteers once a month. We have the Wareham Flower Club, Garden Club is coming to do a craft in February. We have a couple of local artists that give art lessons.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on. We have a group that is making mats for the homeless now. So every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, they come and they take the plastic bags and they weave the plastic bags, and they are just beautiful, these mats that come out. So it's called Mats for the Homeless.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just a wonderful program, and they're a great group of people, and they're always looking for more people. If you just want to come, and they'll show you what to do. You can fold the bags or weave the bags, and it's a very simple thing to do. So that's a great program. We have cribbage on Mondays.
Okay.
We're trying to get a bridge group together, a knitting group, just whatever people are interested in, we would like to offer. Like I said, I think one of the main great things about the Council on Aging is socializing, just getting out and being with people.
Okay. You mentioned about those who come in to do different programs. So how is our volunteer base?
We're always looking for more volunteers.
Okay.
Now, a lot of, like our exercise programs, you might pay a small fee to come to the exercise because we pay the instructors. We do have some grant funding we use. Our yoga class is free, and we're doing that in collaboration with the YMCA. The Y has been great with us. We also have a walking club, and the Y has let us use their walking trail outside and inside for the winter. Even if you're not a Y member, you can come through the Council on Aging and walk on Wednesdays with a group. So the Y has been a great partner for us and doing the yoga class.
Okay, very good. How about, so we touched upon funding restrictions, and I'm wondering how funding has impacted Council on Aging. Like, what programs has funding impacted Council on Aging? The lack of funding.
Again, I'm not even looking for the town to fund programs. I don't think they need to do that. I think we get donations. People can afford a little bit of something. If they can't afford it, we have the Advocates for Wareham Seniors that would help out. So funding for the programs, we can get the programs. I'm not even looking for town funding for the programs. What we need is a director to oversee these and get the programs going and oversee the Council on Aging. So programs, you know, we have a lot of people that can do programs without funding.
All right, so you just need a director.
I think a director is what we need right now.
Now, are you asking for the director for the 2019 to 2020 year, or?
Yes, beginning in July.
So the application will say it's a one-year commitment?
Well, I would like it not to. That's why I would like to see the town commit to, you know, the director of the library, the director of accounting, the director of DPW, all the directors in town, they're not contingent each year on funding. You hire a director and you're committed to that.
Yeah.
So I think to hire the right person, you can't say it's just a one-year position. We have funding, and we're going to commit to funding the Council on Aging from here on in, is what I would like to see.
Now, who's in charge of that process?
I would say our town administrator.
Okay. And so you're working with him to find the right person?
I am working with him to see if the town will fund the position for next year.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so what else is going on in Council on Aging? You mentioned that there are a lot of fantastic programs. It does a lot. Good people come there. Tell us more.
Oh, I'm just thinking on a daily basis. You go in, I usually get in around 9 o'clock in the morning, and there's 20 people exercising down in the gym. There are people playing pool. We have a pool table there.
Okay.
There are people sitting there having coffee. We have our social daycare program, which is wonderful.
Social daycare. Okay.
Social daycare, so people can come in who don't want to be home alone or can't be home alone. Their loved ones feel they need to be somewhere for the day. So we have a social daycare program that runs Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3. And they get lunch, they get snacks, they do programs, they take part in programs we have. They might do other things. They have their own assigned room.
Okay.
And that is a wonderful, wonderful program. So we see those people all day. And we have 3 computers in our little main office, so people come in and use the computers. We have Shine Volunteers, which is a wonderful program. Again, so much, there's no cost.
What is the Shine Volunteer?
Shine is serving the health insurance needs of the elderly.
Okay.
And we have 2 people that come in every Tuesday for 8 hours and will help you. You'll find out someday, but like me, I'm going to
Yes.
turn 65 next year. And when you turn 65, thank you. When you turn 65, you have to get on Medicare. And it is just so confusing, the different programs. So these people will sit there and talk to you and find out which program is best for you. And that is just a wonderful, wonderful program. And they have, every Tuesday, there are people hanging out the door. They make appointments, but people might need, you're older than 65, you need to change your prescriptions. You need to change the plan. You come in and see these people. We also have, AARP is coming in this year. Finally, I've been trying for 2 years to get them in to do senior taxes. So they're going to be in every Friday, for February, March, and April to help with tax forms. And they're also going to be doing the circuit breaker tax credit, which is another program. We're really trying to help for property tax relief for Wareham seniors, especially with the new school coming. I know people were surprised by their tax bills that they just received, and that didn't even have the new school tax in it.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're trying to get the word out there that there are many seniors who qualify for the senior circuit tax credit. But to get that, you have to file a state tax. And many seniors don't file a state tax. But what the senior circuit tax credit is, if you pay over 10% of your income, let's say you have Social Security, you get $30,000 for Social Security, plus your property tax and water bill. So your income is $35,000. Your property tax is $4,500. That is $1,000 over your income. You will get that $1,000 back as a tax credit. And so many seniors aren't aware of that, and we want to get that word out because I know there are many people in town that would qualify for that. And you can also go back 3 years. So they will get you that credit for the past 3 years. So you could end up with a couple of $1,000s in your pocket. So more seniors need to be aware of that.
Absolutely. Any fundraising, any events are coming up in order for the community to rally behind you?
As a matter of fact, we are.
Okay.
We're going to have a casino day.
Ooh.
I think in April or May. So they've done this. They used to do this in the past, apparently, but they haven't done it for a few years. So we're going to do that. We just had a health fair in the fall, and $500 was raised by the people that came. So the Council on Aging does have a donations account. So anyone who would like to donate to the Council on Aging, we accept donations. You can write to the Wareham Council on Aging. So we do have a donations account that we can use.
You can deduct them from your taxes too, right? You can
yes,
claim
you
them.
can.
Okay.
You can claim because it's a nonprofit.
All right.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, so it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, so we do some fundraisers like that. We're going to do another health fair, I think, this spring. And whether we charge or we have them donate prizes, we'll see what we do.
Okay.
Yep. And we also have the Wareham Friends of Elders, and they run our bingo program every Monday. So they do fundraising, and what they do with their money is help immediate seniors in need. If somebody's hot water heater broken down, they could help with that or pay a bill. So that's what the Wareham Friends of Elders do.
Okay.
So we have 2 between them and the advocates.
So what would you like our audiences to know? How could you summarize this about the Wareham Council on Aging?
I would like the audience to know that the Wareham Council on Aging is alive and well with very little funding, and we would like to see people support a permanent Council on Aging director in this upcoming town meeting.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Well, thank
to
you.
Educate us. I really
enjoyed
hope
it.
you get that funding.
Yes, thank you.
I'll keep my eyes closed and my fingers crossed. So that was Missy Diziak, the director of the Wareham Council on Aging, who says she did her job. 6 months, then turned to 2 years, and now she's advocating for a permanent new director while she goes and enjoys her retirement. So to learn more about Wareham Council on Aging, please reach out to her. Go to visit them at the Multi-Service Center building. They're located in the basement. So that is for us for the Good Morning Wareham show. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you missed us this morning, this episode will re-air at 6 this evening. Join us Friday. We are going to have the Wareham Fighting Against Addiction with us to talk about their campaign to help people suffering from different types of addiction. Thank you for joining and have a wonderful morning, Wareham.